Rather, I believe that the issue is that we're so hungry for true connection that we want to self-medicate with things that might emulate connection, right? That could be, like I said, AI, TV, podcasts, pornography, social media, and even people. Okay, I'll get back to that in a second. I'll explain what I mean there. Now, I'm not saying that any of those things, well, some of those things in isolation are inherently bad, but not all of those things that I just listed are inherently bad, especially not people. If you're confused right now, I promise I'll get back to this. It will make sense. So if my stories that I just shared weren't convincing enough to you that connection is really important and there is a cost of disconnection, that is the title of my message, I'm gonna share a story of my own of where I was just last, I think it was January rather. It's my own story and I don't even remember it. So last January, I experienced the wrath of disconnection a little bit. I was not doing well at all. I have a friend named Tyler Oppie. We call him Toppy. He's actually here right now. Hi. And we have this thing where I'll text him every day at the same time, and I'll say, "Did you read your Bible today?" And he'll say yes or no, and then I'll be like, "All right, talk to me about that." Whatever. And he was sharing his struggles with me a little bit, and I'm not gonna get into that at all, but I took that opportunity to be like, you know what? I'm not doing great either. So, he's sharing his struggles, and then that's when I say, "We'll pray. I too am struggling right now." Pretty simple stuff, right? I'm just letting him know, someone I trust. Again, had a panic attack at church today. So his response, very simple, very clean, very elegant. What's on your brain? Very elegant. And then, of course, when confronted with a question about my emotions, I say, "I'll call you tomorrow." And so we just talk about logistics for a while. I'm not gonna bore you with all the details. We end up deciding that we're gonna send voice messages to each other. And he says, "I eagerly await audio message. I love you, format." That was intentional, right? You just wanted to call me that? Okay, I figured. So I'm about to play an audio message. It's only about a minute long. But when I play it, notice that I'm starting to figure out what's wrong. All I knew at the time was that I'm not doing well, but I start to figure out that things aren't quite right. And I'm externally processing it with Toppy. So here it is. But for the past couple of weeks, I've just been kind of coming to terms with the fact that I'm just not really okay, and I'm not entirely sure why. So I've been looking for a therapist and stuff like that. But yeah, at first I wasn't really sure why, so I just really tried to think about it and look inside myself or whatever the heck the therapists tell you to do to try to figure it out. And I kind of realized that one of the big things is just I realized that over the past 4 or 5 years of my life, I've just been a stepping stone. That's the word I'm looking for. I've been a stepping stone for almost everyone in my life, it feels like. And I was thinking about it, I just don't really have that many real people in my life. People I trust, people I trust, and people who aren't just who don't just reach out when they need something. And I'm not saying that's you at all, but it's just so many people in my life have just used me as a stepping stone. Yeah, so you see how I'm starting to figure out how badly I need solid, consistent community. And I was still trying to figure it out. But I'm calling things out stepping stone was one of the things I kept saying. People aren't consistent. I felt used. I felt like those around me were only around me when it was convenient. And now there's another voice message. This one's a little bit longer, so strap in. But listen to this. I mean, this one's pretty clear as day. In retrospect, I realize I'm like, man, I need community so bad. I'm realizing what unhealthy community is in this next voice message, but I can't quite put my finger exactly on what healthy community is. So listen to this one, about 3 minutes. I think we can do it. I don't know. I'm at a point right now where I feel like everything I care about has not only been taken away from me, that I could deal with, but has willingly left me to find something better. And like, I don't know what to do. I never trusted anyone. 4 years ago, I didn't trust anyone. And now I really don't trust anyone. You are the second person who I'm telling that I'm just not okay to. I haven't told anyone else that I'm not okay. And the thing is, I'm not. It's hard to wake up every day because I have nothing. And I try to be grateful for what I have, because I know I have so much stuff, but I'm in a house full of strangers who I can't trust. I just don't know what to do. I'm 23. This should be the dawn of my life. I should be, this is the happy years. These are supposed to be the years where I get to do what I want, and all of my friends are available all the time, and they want to do fun stuff with me all the time. And I don't have anything. And then every day, I put on this smile, and it's enough to get through, because I can pretend, and when I'm pretending, I feel fine. But every single morning, I just know that I have nothing today, and I don't have anything to work for, and everything I do is just going to be for nothing. All I have to say, I don't know what, I just don't know. I don't know what to do next. I'm so stuck. Because I don't even know what to work for. Work on yourself is what people say. Work on self-improvement, stuff like that. I don't want to do that without people. That's my whole thing, is I want to help others improve. I want to be in an iron sharpens iron relationship with someone. And it more feels like the knife sharpener sharpens the knife, and then you put the knife sharpener back in the drawer. And that's the only purpose of the knife sharpener. And it feels like, oh, I don't have much use to, I don't need my knife to be sharpened anymore. I'm going to find a new knife sharpener. So I don't know what to do. I don't have anything to look forward to this year. I don't have any plans. I'm surrounded by people, but I'm cripplingly lonely. That guy's kind of a loser, huh? What a drama queen. Does anyone feel kind of sick after that? Because I did. That was my next message to Toppy. So notice that in that moment, my soul knew that there was something missing, but my brain hadn't really fully figured it out. You know? I'm saying this is the fun years of my life. This is where my friends are always available. That was not quite the solution, but my soul knew that something was missing. And this is also when I mentioned it in the voice message, I realized that I was surrounded by people, but I was still alone. I had self-medicated my loneliness with people. And I was saying yes to every plan I could, and yet I didn't know who my people were. I had a solid community. Like, look how available Toppy was for me. That's solid. But I was leaning on the wrong people as well. Toppy was one of the right people. But at the same time, I mentioned, I was in a house full of strangers is what it felt like. I lived with 10 guys at the time, and I was still lonely. And I was beginning to break. I couldn't figure out what was going on. Now, I want to mention too, like, I did have the good community in my life. I kept saying over and over again, I just don't know. That was exactly the problem. I didn't know who the community that I was supposed to be leaning on was and who the community that was just kind of there. I'll get more into that in a second. But I was beginning to break, and the Bible isn't silent about this idea of breaking. Ecclesiastes 4, verses 9 through 12 says, 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their toil. For if they fall, one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him who is alone when he falls and has not another to lift him up. Again, if 2 lie together, they keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? And though a man might prevail against one who is alone, 2 will withstand him. A threefold cord is not quickly broken. I was quickly broken.